the Gimme Gimmes, the best cover band going. Welcome everyone. Thanks for being here, and welcome to Tiffany.
I'm not your bro.
Not your bro.
Yeah,
Well, anyway, you are here, so
I am here, and
this
so are
is
you.
we are both here. We're both here, which is good. And we are going to kind of, I guess it's kind of a continue on from the last one we did. So we listened to the itinerary last time, and tonight we are going to listen to Lorne's Life in a Far Jar, which is basically his second attempt at getting a decent itinerary for a date going.
Amazing.
And so right off the top, how do you think he will go? Like, do you think it's going to be a better version of itinerary? Casey's kind of going to be like, fuck yeah, let's lock that shit in.
It better be. So between, how long was it that he had to do a revision?
That that's a great question. Would have really loved that prior to this, so I could have tried to
Sorry
figure that
about
out.
that.
I will look at the dates and figure that out.
Okay.
And
Well, yeah, certainly. I'm going to say it's going to be better. It can't be worse, right?
that's that reasoning is solid. When you said it was going to be better, I was like, wow, that's surprising, but I thought it literally couldn't be worse. So I agree. I agree. But look, you never know. Lorne never ceases to surprise us. He might just knock it out of the park.
Well, it's not like he's going to suggest they go to Spencer's, right?
He definitely wouldn't do that.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't think so.
I thought about a few other things he probably wouldn't do because they're really stupid and childish, like spend copious amounts of time just walking around the mall together. Like he definitely wouldn't do
Hmm.
that because that would be a very childish thing to do.
I agree.
Um, I think, and the other thing I know he won't do is it won't be a lunch date. Um, it'll definitely be dinner. So, so we,
Okay.
we, we know what he won't do now. So I'll say hello to everyone, and then we'll figure out what he will actually do.
All right.
So, g'day to Mark Stevens and Bitter Ramens and Nemo is a fish. Um, and Justin McRazes, your mad bro 424, Michael Amend. And as Tiffany said, she's not your bro. Polynomial Purebred, Purebred. George Glass, Mo Green, Mary Hirsch, Zabram, The Tube Crawler, um, Tay Driver, Lauren Anderson, Rachel D, The Duchess of Cornwall, NCA 87, Floppy and Fun Bogan, Cornwall Three Way, Asbury Brad, Jack Devell, and Lorne's One Night Stand, Department of Redundancy Department, John Ryan. Um, I think I got everyone. Lovely. So
Great.
let me flick over to my template, and thank you to Asbury Brad again for tonight's stream art. Um, and then I think let's just get into it. Oh hey, Dinosaur
Sorry, I'm
Tornado.
boring tonight.
It's okay. Yeah, I'm pretty bored, so I'll let you go, and I'll talk to you later.
All right. See you later, guys. Thanks for being here. That's the end of that call.
It sounds like the
Seriously?
end.
What a way to start. Could you imagine calling someone up and they're like, yeah, okay, I'm pretty bored. I'll catch you later. It'd have to
Well,
hurt.
what's funny is
Mm,
he's clearly wanting her to say that he's not boring. Because usually
exactly.
that's what people will do, right?
Yeah,
They'll say, "Oh God, I feel so ugly today" or something, and those are fishing for compliments. So
exactly.
by him saying, "I'm sorry, I'm boring," and then for her to be like, "Yeah, okay, well, I'll let you go." And the thing about Casey too is that she always sounds 100% disinterested.
Absolutely. Like she always sounds bored, and like she is really the wrong person to go fishing for compliments for. Like from a Winnie or that, like I mean, she was never bored because she was just doing crazy shit. But like she might kind of,
Hmm.
if she was in the right mood, play up to him and go, "Oh, you're not boring, fucking let me fucking eat a mouse." Like, but yeah, Casey's just gonna be like, "Yeah, you are. Catch you later."
Yeah, just even the tone, you
Yep,
know.
yep.
Yeah, why not?
All right, whatever.
Well, what?
Nothing.
What do you
Okay,
want to
bye.
talk about?
No, I didn't care. I just wanted to spend time with you, but
Yes, Debbie also is one that wouldn't have played into this. So they're similar in I reckon that if this was Debbie on the line, it would have been, yep, cool. Okay, bye.
it's not like I can get up and dance and everything right now.
I'm not asking you to dance, just like,
Why
What-
can't he?
Yeah, is he injured? Like that's what when I heard this, I'm like, is there some injury that he's got? Like, why can't he do that? Come on, man. Like that would be entertaining. Put your camera on.
Yeah.
Do a little dance.
Show me your dance.
talk about something.
Well, let's find something to talk about.
Well, I got nothing to talk about, so do you?
Yeah, let's find something to talk about.
All right, find something.
Oh my
Wow.
God. There's also really nothing worse than having a conversation like this where it's like pulling teeth.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just going back and forth, saying, "What do you want to talk about?" I don't know. What do you want to
Yeah.
talk about?
Right.
What would you like to do when you come to Maine? Is there
Did
anything
you make that agenda already?
specific? No, you know I didn't make it already. I've been sick today.
Oh, he's
You can
sick.
still write on paper when you're sick.
You can
Aw.
still write on paper when you're sick, and this is cool too because you're like, she's asked him to plan, but it's like, what do you want to do? It's like getting an assignment in school and just going back to the teacher. What do you think I should write about? How would you do this? Just give
Yeah.
me some ideas.
Right.
The way I've been feeling today, I didn't have energy to do anything. It got worse as the day went on. And I worked almost 4 hours this morning before I even left work.
Wow.
want to
Good
get
job,
COVID
Lorne.
I don't went over mumps for
No one's ever had to
I
work
don't
when
know,
they
half
were
hour.
sick.
Exactly. I think he's the first person to ever push through. I mean, and why isn't Casey impressed by this? I just I don't know.
I don't know.
or so.
Cold as ice.
She is.
Then I went home and I was just trying to feel better. Is there anything specific that you would like to do?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
That you would like to see in Maine?
I don't know. You tell me what's there to do.
Well, there's a lot to do. It's just
So going back to your earlier question and going by the dates on the two videos, it looks like there was about 3 days between the itinerary and the revised itinerary. So
Yeah.
you have the thought
Yep,
process
well.
right now. It's not happening very well.
All right.
He's been busy. Like, I mean, you can't expect him to come up with a revised itinerary in 3 days. Like, the guy is flat out.
I
Okay,
know.
well, do you want to go to bed?
Those rocks don't move themselves.
No.
You can't even think right now. You just said.
Oh, will you stop seeming so anxious to get off the phone with me?
Anxious.
My God.
Even if you're feeling sick, would you want to be on the phone for a long time? Like, wouldn't you just want to, like, chill out, rest, try to feel better?
Yeah.
Like, even if you liked the other person. Like, you'd just be, like, not feeling the greatest, you know?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I'm not in the mood for anything when I'm sick. Just stay away from me.
But Lorne would just sit there going back and forth for this. You know, he doesn't sound sick either. I don't even know if he's sick.
He's got a chest cold that's hanging on to him a little bit. In addition to smoking 3 packs of cigarettes, that doesn't help, right?
Oh, that serious? That doesn't, help your cold?
No, that is correct. It does not help your cold.
Oh, I have to change some things.
kind of hoped you like spending time with me on the phone.
Well, I don't normally just sit on the phone. Like, I usually, when I talk to people on the phone, it's because we have, like, stuff to talk about, you know?
Well, yeah, but how are we going to have stuff to talk about if we don't start talking on the phone and find stuff to talk about?
Well,
I mean,
why
it really
don't
shouldn't be this hard.
It really shouldn't. What were you thinking about when you were thinking about talking on the phone with me?
we talk when we have stuff to
Yeah.
talk about? Otherwise, we're just sitting here.
We're just sitting here spending time together. So we could be able to
Silent.
find things to talk about.
See, he thinks this
Alright.
is good. That is insane.
Yeah,
Lorne, go have a drink, buddy. You're a lot more fun.
he is a lot more fun when he's drunk. I do really miss the drunk Lorne. It's just he's a lot.
What do you miss the most?
I miss the screaming.
His penis or his
honestly.
balls? Okay, the screaming. The screaming.
That's what
I think I miss the slurring and the wrong words. Like his sentence structure is also drunk,
Yep.
so the words are kind of not right. He doesn't make sense.
Well, that's right.
I love that.
And that's where you get like the awesome stuff, like the ladder proverb and that, where it's just he's got an idea of what he wants to say, but he is so sloshed that it's just the words come out in all different ways. That's very good. Actually,
He
yeah.
had said one time. Sorry, go ahead.
No.
He had said one time in a text to me. I don't know if he was drinking or not. I'm gonna say no. Actually, this was after he went to prison,
Mhm.
and he was dating Jamie, but also, doing a little something on the side to see if perhaps I might be interested. And so when he found out that the entire time Debbie was fucking Angelo, he was quite upset. And, Debbie would just insult him or say something sarcastic. And he said something like, "Don't reach too far into the intelligence bucket. You'll pull out a dumbass."
That is one of my favorite quotes from him. That was in those text messages, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that one. It doesn't get enough play because you do know what he is trying to say. Like he's basically just trying to call you an idiot. But
I know, but how though?
I know.
By reaching into the intelligence bucket? I don't get it.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's kind of like like the old stupid things people would say, when God was giving out brains, you were last in line. I think he was going for something like that, but it's pretty weird. But yeah, see, that is what that is what I miss about. I miss so much about drunk Lorne. I wish there was a way that you wouldn't have to worry about the drink driving and stuff that comes with drunk Lorne, but you could just have those fun times again because he's pretty
really
fucking
weird things,
boring
yeah,
now.
that he says. Yeah.
So I told you.
I couldn't imagine either begging somebody to stay on the phone.
No,
how embarrassing.
That's exactly right. Embarrassing. How could you do that? Because most people they would be the one. If you had that first minute or two of that call where clearly Casey didn't want to be like, well, I'm going to let you go. Sounds like you're doing something else, and you would hop off before you were told to get off. It would be
Definitely
very embarrassing.
The headset and you can get up.
And I do have to have a chuckle to myself. I just finished saying, how boring Lorne is now while I press play.
I know while we're sitting here. I know. And there's 87 people watching.
That's right.
You guys.
And we'll still be able to spend time together and we find things to talk about still.
Well, what do you mean? Do things? Just have you on the phone not talking while I do laundry and stuff?
Well, I'll be talking too. But I'll be
about
able to
what?
do my stuff too.
You haven't been talking.
About what they could talk about. How are you going to figure out what to talk about if you don't go back and forth about what to talk about?
At the same time.
Oh my God.
Well, if you have stuff to do, I can let you go.
Oh, no, I don't have anything to do right now. I don't
4
want
minutes.
you to let me go.
4 minutes into the call.
Torture.
All right. What do you want to talk about?
That's sigh.
I
All right,
know.
let me see.
And he doesn't just leave. That's crazy.
I know, like you've got to hand it to him in some respects. Like this is really resilient. I couldn't do it.
Have you ever played cards before?
Yeah.
The only thing more exciting than cards is talking about cards.
Kind of card games, you know.
She should have said no.
Yeah, what are cards?
Yeah, exactly.
Like Dope Fish and stuff. I don't know why.
I'm just curious. I know some card games.
What
You want to
ones?
talk about card games?
No.
Well, why not? Why did you bring it up if you don't want to talk about card games? And that's
He's
better than
working
nothing.
on the itinerary.
Ah, okay. So, mate,
Yeah.
is this a little teaser to the itinerary? Might there be some card games planned for
There might be.
strip
There
poker?
might be.
I'm tipping strip poker.
100%. That would be his. I don't know if he knows how to play poker though. It would be strip something.
Strip go fish. Strip,
Yes.
strip 52 pickup.
I just didn't know if you'd like to learn how to play some different card games. If you like playing cards, didn't know. So I thought I'd ask. I don't like playing cards that much, but I used to.
Jesus Christ.
I played
All right,
but-
Casey. Now it's your turn to figure out what to talk about. Lauren did his part. What do you got?
I just love the gaps. Like there's just they're both sitting there saying nothing. It's amazing.
I like
I
video
know.
cards.
Video cards?
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yu-Gi-Oh! What's Yu-Gi-Oh?
Oh Jesus.
Card game.
I've never heard of that. How do you play that?
You have to summon monsters and spells and traps, and you have to bring your opponent's life points down to 0, and then you win.
So that like Uno?
Yes.
Has he ever played Juno? How does he hear that description and go, oh, like like that's fucking crazy.
Not at all.
Like
Casey
that?
sounds like a big nerd.
She does sound like a big nerd. But I'm not going to be able to play again without waiting to see the monster card come out. So it's like reverse skip monster.
No.
Right.
What a fucking idiot.
Oh, maybe we can play that while you're here. You can teach me how to play that.
Put it on the list, Lauren.
Then you'll have
You
one
want to go
thing on the
skiing
list.
or snowboarding when you're here?
Where
Snowboarding.
at?
I'm gonna go to Sugarloaf, Squaw Mountain. I prefer going to Sugarloaf. I like Sugarloaf.
I would love.
When did you last go there, Lauren?
Exactly right. Like I would love to see him skiing. Legitimately, would love it. He would be such a Gumby. But he talks about Sugarloaf's his favorite mountain. Like he does this all the time. Like
Yeah.
crazy.
How much does that cost? I can't remember.
I don't remember now either, but it doesn't cost that much. My guess is probably for lift tickets, I think maybe $30.
Fucking really? Look at Maine
No
is the
idea.
place to go skiing then. Like $30 for a lift ticket. Like I know the Aussie to US conversion, is a bit out, but $30, fuck, it'd be worth the plane trip.
I think I can
When was
call
the
them.
last time you went to Sugarloaf?
Oh, it's been a long, long time.
About 35
Yeah.
years.
I think I was in my 20s. I think that's the last time I went.
I'm sure it's $30 then.
So I might have to go on the bunny slope.
There would have been much inflation since the 90s.
Yeah, might have to go on the bunny slope.
for the first trial run.
with all the other kids.
But I miss
Do ya?
I wish I had a snowmobile already, but we don't have any snow here right now anyway.
Well, then how are you going to go skiing?
I mean, that could change, but still, we don't have snow here right yet anyway. But if the ponds and lakes freeze over, by the time we come, we can go out on the ice in the truck. We have a lot of fun on that.
I'll go out on the truck on the ice.
Could you imagine? That's amazing.
I was thinking he was going to say ice skating.
That's what I was thinking. But yeah, he never fails to surprise you.
And I'll let you drive me and do whoopies.
What?
That shit's cool.
How about if you explain what a whoopie is, Lorne? She's not going to know.
That's
He's
right.
waiting for her to ask. Shut up.
You've seen lighthouses in Maine?
I've seen a lighthouse. Yeah.
But have you
Sure,
seen
we can go
Maine
down on the coast
lighthouses?
Walk right down on the coast. I can show you some lighthouse and some other places down on the coast. That's where there's a lot of stuff to do down there.
Such
Yeah,
as-
but your mom's
Just
not going to let
sightseeing
you
stuff.
take your car all that way.
That's right. Or take it on the ice. Like, I'm just taking your car for a spin on the ice, Mum.
Yeah.
Like, it's my car, you know.
Pretty cool. I just don't want to. I want to do something different. I don't want to do the same old thing. I want to watch a movie.
But that's what you suggested
Well,
3 days ago.
Well,
What's changed?
that's in the
Please
past.
tell me. That's in the past, yeah.
I think the response is what changed,
Kind of stuff. I want to do something different with you.
such as.
What's a whoopie?
Exactly.
A whoopie's. It's a donut only on ice.
Oh.
When you do it on ice, you really don't have any control. The only time that you have control is when you're going straight. And then
That sounds great.
The one like restaurants and stuff.
Sounds just like when he's drink driving. Like it's
Yes,
This is how
exactly.
this is how he gets that thrill without the alcohol.
You like
And I
those
would also like to know, when was the last time he did that?
Yes.
And how do you know when it's safe?
Well, that's right. Like, because I mean, he wouldn't check anything. I mean, I have no idea. Like, we have nowhere here that freezes over or anything, so I have no idea how you would check. But I'm sure before you go riding a truck on ice, you'd need to, make sure it's thick enough or whatever. But it just
Yeah.
it would just be a disaster. But I just I do want to see it. This fucking white truck doing whoopies on the ice.
I like to go to any restaurants. I'm not big on Chinese. There's some Chinese food that
What
I
are your
like.
like
but
five
racist.
favorite restaurants?
Didn't he
What do I like,
mention a
what?
Chinese restaurant last time as well
he,
as a possibility? And now he's saying he doesn't like it.
he did. It was the debate between whether it was a Thai restaurant or a Chinese restaurant. It was
That's
like
right.
high Thai, and it was like, I'm pretty sure it's Chinese. I'm like, okay then. But yeah, but now he doesn't really like it.
What are your top favorite restaurants?
Like, maybe that's what he's doing. Like, she hated the last itinerary, so maybe this is his plan, is he just now hates everything that was on there. So he suggested Chinese/Thai. He hates, Chinese/Thai. Like, so now it's going to be like no showers. No one will shower the whole time we're here.
It would be the opposite.
Absolutely no sex under any circumstances.
Which end is?
This
it's
is the
got-
Bizarro itinerary.
It is, yeah. One of the many Lorne universes. This is the opposite
Mhm.
universe.
I like that one. Texas Roadhouse. I like that one. You ever been to Texas Roadhouse?
Is that Portuguese?
It's more than just
A lot of
in
times,
Maine.
yeah.
Have you?
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Texas Roadhouse.
I wonder when the last
know.
time he was there too.
The last time was at Texas
It's so
Roadhouse.
weird. Yeah, because through the last several years, he's had a phone girlfriend, and he's never ever gone anywhere.
No, and he tells his phone girlfriends everything. So I think it's highly doubtful he's ducking off to Texas Roadhouse and just keeping that to himself.
You're right, exactly. Yeah, I'm curious about that.
And also, shut up,
There's
Eel.
other ones that are positive that I like that I don't even know about.
Panda Express bullshit.
What about, like,
At the
besides
coffee place?
chain restaurants? Like, what
A coffee place, yeah.
Yeah.
kind of cool restaurants are near you?
Near me. I don't know. I don't go to restaurants that often either.
Oh,
What
no.
do you do?
No way.
Well, I don't eat like I should. I mean, I eat when I feel like eating, and so to actually plan to go to a restaurant, it doesn't do me much good. I need to start eating like I used to.
How was that?
Okay.
It's like I eat whenever I'm hungry, and I usually don't eat that much. It's usually
That's what you
nothing.
do when you go to a restaurant. You eat when you're hungry. That's why you go.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is I don't. It's like for breakfast. If I'm not hungry for breakfast, then I don't eat anything.
What's that got to do with the
So
restaurant?
what do you do for, like,
Nothing.
dates?
For dates,
Yeah, like when you take
Yeah.
a woman on a date.
it's been so long since I've been on a date.
Okay, well, what do you do on your last date?
Went to
Oh,
Chuck E. Cheese.
When was it?
Right.
Like a year ago or something?
well, it was longer than that. It's been a long time since I've been on a
like-
date.
Like 2 years?
It's been longer than that.
52.
Oh my
I don't
goodness.
believe it.
I've been with Jamie for 2 years. Or
You never took her on a date?
she's never come up here.
Stop trying to make him admit things, Casey. It's not nice. You already know the answer.
Just speak into the microphone, please, Lorne.
Right,
right,
exactly. Speak slowly.
Your last date?
Last date I went on, we actually got drunk.
Okay.
Got drunk.
No, but what do you
That's
do?
about
Like, where do you go and what do you do?
Must
We
have been
went
at
to
Tony's.
Tony put on a skirt and let his hair out.
Bar, and
Very romantic.
well, it was actually a restaurant.
Like, you picked her up or what?
Yeah, well, she lives in Skowhegan, so we actually met at Tony's apartment that he was there. He
See?
was living in that town.
There you go. He is always the middleman. Like
Why would you go meet? If you're going on a date, why do you have to go to Tony's first?
like that would be so weird. Like, if yeah, I couldn't imagine that. Like, I've never been in a situation where I'm going on a date and they're like, we're going to meet at my friend's house first. I'm like, why? What? It's very
Because he's not allowed to have her phone number or to know where she lives.
fucking the Tony Farmer dating agency.
We met there and started drinking there. Then we went out to get something to eat. And
Oh yeah, did you drive,
Where'd you
Lauren?
go? Oh,
we went up,
to eat.
there's a little restaurant up in Skowhegan. It's called Ken's.
Ken's.
It's called Ken's Family Restaurant. We went there and ate.
He took her on a date to a family restaurant. Like,
What's wrong with that?
well, nothing apparently. Apologies.
Well, I think somebody did look up Ken's Family Restaurant, and I think it might close very early.
Okay, so it was a lunch date, like they're gonna go on.
I don't know.
Went there and they
Well, when he's
supper
making this up,
dinner.
he's not thinking about those types of details, you know?
It's like all of these made up stories. It's the first thing that comes into his head. So if she goes, what was her name? It'll be like Winnie or
Right, exactly.
whatever's at the top of his mind.
Brandy.
Brandy.
Then we went back to
whatever.
Tony's and we drank
Brooke.
again. We drank the rest of the night.
So, when did you go on a date?
That was the date.
Fucking wish Skowhegan was
That's
so
what we
hard
decided to
spell.
do.
Okay. When was your last, like, real date? Like, where you took a woman out somewhere? Like, what would you do? If you were taking me on a date, what would you do?
You now is completely different than what I was then.
Yeah, so Ken's family restaurant in Skowhegan closes at 8 on Thursday through to Saturday and 7 on Sunday and Monday. So pretty early for a restaurant. They do offer curbside pickup though, so that's
Oh,
nice.
excellent. Yeah.
You,
So
I
you
would
can go to
take
Tony's.
Go out to lunch. Then I would take
Where?
you. I have to take you to Wits End because I like Wits End. And I want you to be in someplace that's fairly nice.
Fairly nice.
Then I'd
Would
like
you
to
take me to
you see a-
lunch? Like a lunch
Yep.
date?
No, it'd be an all day date.
Okay.
I'd take
Continue.
you.
She
think
sounds
it'll
really
lunch.
excited.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be all day. Oh, my God.
Okay, continue. She is into
Yeah,
this.
please. Please, yeah.
And I'd take you so we could see a movie.
He just
I'd-
said he doesn't want to do the same shit
No.
like going to a movie. And so now they're going to a movie.
That's right, because what Lorne is really good at is thinking on his feet. And so I think that the plan was just a lunch date, and then she obviously wasn't impressed by that. So now it's an all-day date, and he's like, what the fuck are we going to do? Movie.
Take you out. I don't know, maybe just walk around the mall or something just to do something together. Just to look, check stuff out.
That's so fucking weird.
Walk around the mall and check stuff out.
Yeah. Just because I don't go to malls very often. Like rare. I don't even like going to stores.
So this date is really about what Lorne hasn't done in a while. Like are they going to do his shopping while they're out? Like it doesn't sound, I just yeah, but the walking around the mall is is very weird to me, and I appreciate that maybe everyone else is like, what the fuck? Like everyone walks around at malls on dates, but like without being too prying, when was the last time you went on a date and walked around the mall? Because for me, I was 15 because it was with another 15-year-old, and I had no fucking money, so we weren't doing anything except walking around the mall.
You're just hanging out. Exactly.
Yeah.
You don't have any other options. You can't drive.
Exactly right.
So you're like, well, let's go to the mall because at least you can hang out. There's a food court there,
Exactly. So you can get some cheap food. Fucking mum dropped me off, picked me up, and
yeah.
And maybe that's what Lorne's got planned. Mum and Gwen will drop him off and leave him, give him $5
for the arcade.
But what I do is I like to just really I don't even like going in malls anymore. But
is he even allowed to?
Can he go to the mall? I'm sure he can.
Okay. Well, there's kids there. But I
Well,
suppose you'd have to be
he can't avoid
that
kids
was
all the
stupid.
time.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Yeah. That
was stupid. Just you'll have to edit this to take that out because I don't want people thinking you're stupid.
I don't know if you do care about that, but I'm gonna note down this timestamp.
Yeah.
For a date with you, I'd like to do something relaxing and enjoyable. At least for a little while.
Walking around the mall.
Yeah, just check stuff out. See what else is there. I like taking Spencer's gift. I don't even know if they still have Spencer's gifts or not. They've got all kinds of cool gag gifts there.
And are you gonna buy her
But-
gag gifts? Like, is that what your plan is, or are you just gonna look at it? I don't understand.
This is a date, so that's what they're gonna go and buy fucking fart jars
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah, and Chris is saying go to JCPenney's. That's where you can go too. You probably don't have that. I don't even know if they're around anybody there, but they were one of those big stores, kind of like Macy's or
Okay.
If you know what that is.
I don't know what that. Well, I mean, I've heard. I know Macy's is a store, but like, what is it?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not high end. Is that what I'm?
Oh, it's
taking
no,
it?
it's like a department store.
Yeah,
You know,
okay,
they
cool.
just have clothes and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so like something like Target. Like we have Target. It sounds like that.
I'd say it's probably a little bit better than Target.
Oh, sorry.
I wish there was a roller skating rink.
High class.
It's been a long time since I've been roller skating. I think roller skating.
Now with the roller skating, and then he's gonna say, "Well, I don't really like roller skating."
I haven't been in ages.
What's at Spencer's Gifts?
Spencer's Gifts they have all kinds of different gag gifts.
That sounds awesome.
I mean that.
Get a whoopee cushion.
Oh.
Yeah, right.
One of those
Garbage Pail Kids.
Yeah, one of those golf balls that when you hit it, it all goes all over the place or explodes. Like that would be pretty cool if they ever played golf. But
Yeah, and there's going to be a keychain that has fart sounds or burping sounds. That's cool.
Magic 8-ball.
Magic 8-ball, yes.
Will we shower together? Shake it. All signs point to no.
There's just gifts there that you never even think would be a gift, a gag gift. They come
Okay, I know they have gag gifts because you said it, but what are there?
You ever heard of a fart jar?
No.
They got fart jars there. It's literally a jar. Like
Literally.
A quart jar. You open it up and that's exactly what it smells like.
Okay. So
They've got all kinds of gifts like that there. They've got sex toy gag gifts and any kind of gag gift that you can think about. Or most things that you don't even think about.
okay, continue on this date. Then what are we doing? We go buy a fart jar.
Yeah, we go buy a fire jar. Then we stop by Roy's camper. Put it on the step.
Roy doesn't have any steps.
I guess I gotta find some things to do. I haven't done things in Maine for so long.
Yeah. Like this is a 12-year-old date. Like this is two 12-year-olds buying fucking gimmicky things like fart jars and leaving them on their friends.
Yeah.
Like this is really bad.
Yeah.
Oh,
Even when I was a kid, I wasn't interested in fart jars.
No.
You know,
Like,
I was sophisticated.
well, that's never been in doubt. But I mean, I probably was interested in fart jars when I was like 9. Like, but like,
Yeah, you thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still kind of think it's funny, but I'm not taking anyone there.
I'd like there's one place in Maine that I'd like to take you to. Well, actually, there's a couple places I'd like to take you to so you can check them out. But the problem is
All right, well, this is one date. So far on this date, we have lunch at Woods End or whatever. Then
what's that?
we go to a movie, and then we go to the mall
Let's go
and
to the
buy a
mall.
fart jar from
Let's go to the mall.
Spencer's.
You're just
And
trying to
we
make
go
fun
to
of me.
your brother's camper. Well, you're
doing
the
it to
one who
yourself.
you want to take me on a date.
I'd like to
I
take
want
you
to know
roller
what's
skating.
on a date.
Do
I know
you,
you'd like
do
to,
you want,
but
do you like roller skating?
Oh my God.
I don't really go roller skating. But I'm just if I were there tomorrow night, like I show up on your door, where are you taking me? What are
The
we doing on a
bedroom.
date? So far, we have going to the mall.
Oh, let me see.
It's like, don't say shower, don't say shower, don't say shower.
Yeah.
Shower,
Well.
damn it.
Go to the mall, go to a movie, take it to wit's end. See, I'm more outdoors. I don't know what the hell there is to do indoors anymore.
Okay, so outdoors, what do you do, Lauren? Go.
It- Well, and he's an outdoors man, but this is exactly like the last date. The last itinerary, they didn't leave the house, and so now he's like,
Mhm.
I just want to be outdoors. I don't even like being indoors. He is fully just going to the opposite.
Can't leave out the card game. That's
Well,
going to
that's right.
be 1 to 3 p.m. They're going to play cards.
Yep, but not indoors. I mean, find a park bench or something and play cards on because he hates being indoors.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to take you on a hike, but
But what?
it's kind of cold, so I don't want you getting all cold.
Oh,
Oh.
it's cold.
Maine sounds really boring.
What, going on a hike?
Everything. I mean, what? That's what you want to do?
I'd like to take you on a hike. That'd be awesome. I'd like to take you to climb Mount Katahdin. You ever climbed the mountain before?
Yeah.
Doesn't even sound like a real word there. It's like Mount Katahdin or Katahdin.
Katahdin, yeah.
Okay.
That's also where the creature was, I believe.
So this is just
Wasn't
like
it Shin? Is that where the creature was?
this
Yeah.
is just Lorne's greatest hits.
I'd like to take you to climb Mount
Yes.
Katahdin. I've only done that once when I was a kid, and I haven't done it since.
Maybe they could peel potatoes together, like his fucking friend Derek did.
Yeah.
But
They peeled a lot of potatoes too. It was
Fuckload
a
of
long time.
potatoes. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's down for the season.
So tell me more about the dates you've been on.
Most of the dates that I've been on have been going to bars and to karaoke bars and getting drunk. You know,
Get drunk on a
wasn't-
date?
Oh yeah, that's a lot of what I did was wind up getting drunk
You
or
don't
drinking
say.
on the date. Then take her out to karaoke bars, and that's what we'd wind up doing. And it
So
wasn't
we'd
just
go
my
to a
choice.
karaoke bar as well.
Well, no, because I can't go to karaoke bars anymore.
Okay. So what
Why is that
would you
Lorne?
want to do?
Oh,
God.
Quit torturing him, Casey.
I guess I gotta find
Like-
more things.
At this point,
Good answer.
wouldn't he be thinking, why didn't I just, when she was like, I'm going to go, I should have just been like, see ya. Like,
Yeah.
That could have been so much
Better
better.
better for indoors.
Live there your whole life. You don't know anything.
Not anymore because I haven't done anything for so long in Maine now.
My God, what do you do?
I do my stuff.
You just waste
He
away.
fixes his house. Haven't you seen
No,
it?
I mean, that a lot of work has gone into that.
don't.
Yes.
I tell you, I've been so busy doing my stuff and taking care of Mom and not sharing and having to deal with Roy.
Oh my
that I've been well.
awful.
Okay. I'm gonna be honest with you about something.
Let me change.
Okay.
All right. Hit us with it.
With this thing, since this thing, it set me back a lot because it really
Did it? How? I can't imagine.
That's exactly right.
tricks on my head, and so it made me so I didn't really want to be out.
For 15 years, you haven't done anything.
I haven't gone on a date in that long.
Holy crap.
Longer than that.
Yeah. It messed with my head a lot. So it's, this thing wasn't fun for me. It messed me up a bit.
Not enough, unfortunately.
So you've just been wasting away since the sting, but not doing anything.
No, I haven't been wasting away. I've been doing stuff. It's just I haven't let myself forget about it.
Well, you shouldn't forget about it because it's a life lesson, but like you just kind of been wasting your one life doing nothing. What's going to happen when you're on your deathbed and you're going to look back on your life?
Wow,
and for half of it, you just kind of wasted it.
I know.
Does that not scare you?
Well, yeah, it does. I was so upset from my.
Wouldn't you almost welcome it at this point? Like, wouldn't you welcome death? Like, if this was your life?
It feels impossible to be able to think about moving on from a situation that he was in. It would be so embarrassing. I know that he said that when he came back to Maine after prison, that he was afraid to go out. And that makes perfect sense. I think anybody would be afraid of being recognized. And, this was a huge deal.
Absolutely.
Being caught on TV trying to go meet a kid that's why everyone here likes the show, right?
Exactly
because
right.
It's somebody, getting caught red-handed, not only committing a crime, that aside, but the embarrassment of it. You wanted to have sex with a kid.
Yep.
There's nothing worse than that.
That's exactly right. It's the absolute worst of the worst. Like, I think anyone, who committed a crime, got caught and went to jail, it would be like, I'm talking even, robbery or something. It would be hard to get on with your life after that. But anyone who went to prison for the crimes he did would be near impossible. But then to have it been on like a nationally syndicated show, I don't. This may sound harsh, but I am honestly shocked that him and many others, haven't ended it, because how would you recover from it? You couldn't.
Yeah, certainly. It feels like you couldn't.
Yeah.
What I did. That it's affected me in going on dates and stuff.
Well, not just dates. It sounds like you don't do anything at all.
I mean, to be fair, I think other things was already affecting him from going on dates, but that's fine. You can blame this on that.
Yeah.
No, I do a lot.
Well, besides working on your trailer and stuff, I mean, you don't travel or experience new things or do anything like that, go on vacation.
What does she mean? He experiences a new catfish every 6 to 12 months. Like, he's always experiencing new things. That's a ridiculous statement, Casey.
Mm-hmm.
You don't hang out with friends at, go to a restaurant or anything like that.
A lot of it has to do with probation. So I don't have to deal with them telling me what I can do and what I can't do. Just go on vacation. Wouldn't be able to go out of state to go on vacation unless I okay it with them first and
not just
everywhere going.
Out of state. You don't have hobbies really. You just work on your trailer, but you don't have any interest or things you like to do.
I got a lot of things I like to do. Just haven't done them.
Okay.
And you can't name them either.
It's depressed me.
I like to tightrope or cross volcanoes. I just haven't done it.
Well, I know what you're saying. I need to start doing things again. Besides working on my trailer and and
Yeah, you really should stop doing that.
helping
Yeah.
mom and
You're
dealing with
just
Roy.
making it worse.
Well, yeah, you don't really have a life, it sounds like.
I used to go over Tony's all the time. That would be my escape, was going over Tony's. And I'd get drunk with Tony.
That sounds
Since he
terrible,
died.
too.
Yeah, I know. It was really. I had fun going over there, but that was basically the only thing I did for an escape.
I mean, I like to do all sorts of things. Surfing, checking out new restaurants and bars, spending time with my friends, traveling, going to different countries, experiencing new cultures and stuff like that. I've been living a really good life.
That's what I've always done.
Have you?
That's the way I've always.
What new countries
What
have you
other
traveled to?
country exactly? Where did you go?
Yeah.
I guarantee he hasn't even been to Canada or Mexico,
No. I
let alone somewhere farther away.
like. Has he even been on a plane? Has he talked about being on a plane?
No, I think the only time that he was on a plane had to do with him going to prison or leaving prison.
Right up until the thing
Seasoned
happened,
traveler.
then it just completely shut me right down.
Okay, well, I'm talking about like now, in the past, like since the sting, I've done so much stuff. I've had relationships, been in love, traveled, found new interests, tried new things. And you're kind of like,
I've been stuck.
yeah, like forever.
I've been stuck and I need to get unstuck. I know.
Yeah, you're just like wasting your one life.
I know. I don't like wasting my life either. Sucks.
No, and you're like nearing the end of the road, you know?
I am not. Will you stop saying that?
I mean, you're closer to dead than alive, right?
No.
This is so good.
He loves those comments.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't want to be realistic. Maybe.
How about also be realistic about other things too?
Yeah. Be a nice change. Have a real rapport. Like, you get along very well.
You seem to think that I'm really old, and I'm not.
What?
She seems to think that he's really old, but he's not.
I thought he said like that. He seems to think. I thought he said I seem to think I'm like you're not young, and you definitely like you're a lot older than your age.
All right, let me see. What else can we do for a date? We can go skiing. Although you don't ski, you like snow.
Torture, this call.
Maybe
Gosh.
part of the itinerary could be planning what they do. So she just comes there, and then from from like 9 to 12, they plan what they're gonna do for the rest of the time.
Yeah, 9 to 12. We're gonna sit down and we're gonna talk about what we want to do. So the conversation's gonna be like, so what do you want to do? And Casey's gonna say, well, I don't know. I don't know what there is to do. And he's gonna start naming things.
Yeah.
Like this. And Casey, for the next 3 hours, is going to be bored and thinking about how she can get out of this.
Yep.
Snowboarding, right?
I've been snowboarding.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it was all right.
It was just all right. Didn't sound like you liked it a lot.
Nope. Done.
Do you want to do it again, or is that something you'd rather pass?
I mean, Read the room, Lorne. It doesn't sound like she wants to do it again.
No, like it's like he like wrote down that and then he's like got the eraser. Oh, no, no, doesn't sound good.
I don't know. Not really a date activity.
Throw me a bone, Casey.
I'll think of some good stuff for us to do. I just kind of want to do something that, it's not an everyday thing.
Like what?
I don't know. I haven't, well, since yesterday, still haven't put much thought into it. I'm just trying to deal with being sick.
Going to the mall isn't an everyday thing.
That's an everyday thing. Well, it's not for me. It's not. For me, it's not an everyday thing. But I know going to the mall is an everyday thing for a normal person.
Lord is not a normal person.
True.
Let me see.
So, like,
Have you?
for the past few months, you just like go to the store, come home, and sit around, and then go to bed, wake up, and do it all over again.
No, I don't just sit around. I doing things here at home. But,
so you like
Trail's not going to destroy itself.
Yeah.
Fix things around the house or whatever.
Yeah, for the last few years, that's been what I've been doing because there's been a lot to do on this place. That's why I wish I would have just started building house
more than when he started
versus fixing this thing. But I'd also been spending a lot of time with Jamie too.
You said you've never met her.
Yeah, but we spend a lot of time on the phone together.
Just like this, Casey.
Yeah, exactly.
When COVID happened, and
she couldn't
really
talk.
couldn't do much there anyway.
Jamie had a lot of personality too. Haven't you heard her voice?
She is, yes.
I'm gonna have to find some other stuff for us to do. I just really kind of wanted to thinking to see things in Maine and do things in Maine that aren't an everyday thing. I know walking around the mall is an everyday thing, but just be something different for me. It'd be different. I thought for you might be different for Maine. But you're in California, so you have big malls, which I forgot about. Have you ever seen Stephen King's house?
I was waiting to
No.
see if that was going to show up.
we could go and get you in his next movie.
Would you like to see that?
His
Can you
good
like
friend
go
Steven.
inside and stuff?
No. Unless he invites us in, which I don't think that's going to happen.
So what do you do?
Imagine Stephen King coming out and go, oh,
Yeah.
would you like to come in?
Yeah, he was out there getting his mail and he sees them drive by.
Yeah. I mean,
and he just waves them in. I just made some cookies, you guys. Come on in.
If you saw someone looking like Lorne walking around outside your house, I'm sure that's the first thing you're going to be like is, oh, g'day, mate. Come on in. Like you say, just made some
You
cookies.
just look
Right.
at it.
Yeah, you can see the outside of it.
No, I'm good.
Right.
His stalking skills to use.
That's right in
Yeah.
Bangor.
I mean, I can see celebrity houses here all day long.
Yeah, that's true. And during Halloween, he has his house all decked out in props from his movies. So he's got a black picket fence around his property. A lot of people come to Maine just to see Stephen King's house during Halloween.
No, they don't. No, they don't. Unless you're like a fanatic or something.
Yeah.
But I don't. No, there's not a lot of people that go there. Just like how he says that people would come from all over the country to go to the 10-mile yard sale. Why would that be?
There's no way it would be. Like,
There's no way.
I can't see you going there. Like, obviously, unless you're trying to get a glimpse at Lorne. Like,
Right.
if you're any more than like 20, 25 minutes from there, like, why would you go there? Like, it's just a massive yard sale.
Yeah. Oh, that's
But-
right. There are people who would go from across the country to go there. I forgot. Excluding those people.
Excluding those people.
But just for people who are interested in going to yard sales, you're not going to go to Maine. I wouldn't
No.
give a shit.
You can go to yard sales near yourself. Like, that's just ridiculous. And
Right.
I've just Googled the top things to do in Maine, and surprisingly, go to Stephen King's house is not one of them. That's a real
I thought you
shock.
said it was going to be one of them, and I was
I wish it was.
going to be shocked. Yeah.
Let me see. We could go down to the ocean. It'd be cold though.
Right.
I'll have to look into more things to do because I don't want to take to do just everyday things. You're gonna be in the state of Maine. I want you to see some good stuff in the state of Maine. You always ask me, "What's in Maine? What's in Maine?" Like there's nothing in Maine.
Well, you don't even know what's in Maine.
Well, not anymore. I
That's
don't.
true.
We'll be sightseeing for the first time. I'm used to doing things outside. I can find some inside stuff to do, so you're not cold.
But
He's not even able to say what those outside things are.
no. And he spent all this time saying he wants to do outside things, and now it's like, oh, it'll be too cold. We've got to do things inside. Like it didn't get cold while you were talking.
Hmm.
But I gotta like know more of what you like to do too.
I like to go to breweries. I like to surf. I like yoga, meditation, and dancing.
For breweries, I thought about that before too. Could take you to some of the breweries.
But
We've got some small breweries in Maine that you can actually.
You can't go though, I thought.
No, I can go. I just can't drink.
That's awkward.
So how would that be different
Yeah.
than going to a karaoke bar if
exactly.
he just doesn't drink?
I don't think he can go. Like,
Unless he's talking about going somewhere where there's a tour.
yep. But even on that, don't they give you, free drinks, like, to try their products?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I mean, you don't have to take it, but
and famously, Lorne, has very strong will, so he would
He
definitely
does.
say no.
he does. He knows how to say no now.
He does.
That sucks.
But aren't breweries like primary? They serve
Yeah, that's
alcohol
true.
primarily, so you probably
Yeah, that's
can't.
true too. Yeah, I can't go to them either then. That shit pisses me off. I gotta get that. I really gotta get that restriction off me.
Yeah, just tell him.
It's not going to happen.
It was off.
Just go with the flow, Lauren. It's going to be so much easier for you.
Just go into probation and say, I need to get rid of this drinking restriction, and they'll be like, fair enough, Lorne. Little do people know they just have to ask. All they have to do is ask, and we remove the restrictions.
Maybe before
You figured it out.
they put it on.
He just
me
has to get a
because
lawyer.
That's right.
whereas found out started to get drunk, and then assholes would record me and put me on the internet.
Oh, those assholes.
Took it off my. Well, they made it a restriction.
Who are those people?
If it wasn't for those
Well, they sent you-
assholes, then Lauren could be drinking right now.
Exactly right.
He wasn't doing anything else, like driving or drinking so much that when he would be in contact with his probation, he would be undetected. I mean, there's, it's just because those assholes from the internet got in the way again.
He would have been fine. Terrible. Shame, If any of you are listening, shame on you.
Back prison for drinking.
Yeah.
So were you like drunk driving and stuff, or what?
I was drinking anyway. You know, we weren't supposed to.
But you didn't answer the question.
That's right. Well, you don't have to actually answer the question if you say words after that question, and then that person will move on. Then you don't have to answer it.
See, this is why I enjoy our streams. I always learn something. I'm going to jot that down.
Jot it down.
But you weren't doing anything illegal while drinking.
No, I wasn't doing anything illegal.
Wow.
Oh, so if you weren't driving
pretty illegal.
Or like getting into bar fights, what was the problem?
They would record me and put me on the internet.
Doing what?
Yes.
But you were just at your house, so.
Yeah. And I'd be drinking.
And that's why they made you not drink?
Not knowing that I was being recorded.
So?
That's what they would do to me. They would record me drinking.
Why would they record you drinking?
Because I'm always drinking.
Just to be assholes, just to do anything that they could to get something of me to put me on the internet.
Okay.
And they would record me, put me on the internet. Then my probation officer would see it.
How did they record you drinking? They have like cameras in your house and stuff, or what?
No, on the phone.
How could they tell you were drinking?
That was Emma and Winnie's thing. One of their things they did. They would record me.
Only them? I think there was people before that as well. I mean, I don't know how you could forget about Ramona, right?
Everyone else.
Pretty sure you were drunk all the time.
It's just those two individual people, Emma and Winnie.
Yes, Emma and Winnie.
Get you in trouble.
Because they would record me and put me on the internet. My probation officer would listen to them.
Okay, so answer the question, why would that get you in trouble?
Exactly. Come on, Lorne.
Me not knowing that they were recording me, I would let them know that I'd been drinking. So then,
but they had no evidence of you drinking?
No, well, no, I don't think they did. I might have taken a picture of me drinking a beer or something, sent to her.
No.
But you were allowed to drink at the time, so why did they take it away?
Because I wasn't allowed to drink at the time. Before.
There we go. It took a while, but we got there.
Before this, I was allowed to drink.
And what happened?
How did they take it away?
They just put it on my probation thing. They
Why?
brought me a paper to sign. They brought me a paper signed that says that I can no longer drink alcohol on probation.
For no reason?
For no reason. Well, no, not
and
for
what
no
was
reason.
What was that paper, Lorne? That's one of the things that was confusing at first, a long time ago, was he would say I would have to sign a paper, like when he would get in trouble with probation. But he would never explain what that paper was. He wouldn't say that it was a modification of his probation.
Yep.
That it was basically they're having him make this change instead of throwing him in jail. And he's signing, and on there it says, if you break the terms of probation, you're going to be going to jail.
Yep.
Or you could go to jail, type of a thing. But, he just says it's a paper I have to sign.
Yep. And he probably signed that paper and then drove out of there and picked up a 6-pack on the way home to keep doing
Wouldn't be
what
the
he-
first time. Yeah, exactly.
Or an 18-pack.
because they knew I was getting drunk. Well, I failed the lie detector test because I was drinking. They asked a question about drinking.
But you said you were allowed
Okay.
While I was having the test.
to drink. So then you lied. And
You want to sit?
what were you
Before
lying about?
Before I was allowed to drink.
Right. And then you failed the lie detector test about drinking.
No. Before I was allowed to drink. I was allowed to drink before this. At first, I was allowed to drink. Then they would record me and put me on the internet when I was drinking. And my probation officer would hear that. So they wound up
Okay.
putting it on a paper. They wound up bringing me a paper and signing the paper, having me sign the paper stating that I would no longer drink.
But you weren't doing anything illegal.
No, but I would still drink.
Yeah, but you're
When they
allowed
asked
to drink.
No, not when I signed the paper that I wouldn't.
Prior to that, they
Prior to
recorded
that, I
you
was-
doing something that you were allowed to do. So how did that get you banned from alcohol? There's something missing there.
Because probation thought I was drinking too much.
Oh, okay. All right. Does
Why?
everybody understand now? Is everyone okay? We had to go through a lot to get here.
I think it's been about 6 minutes since this first came up, and we finally got there.
Yeah, but I could drink before.
Yeah.
I could drink before, and they took it away because they were recording me.
But why did they take it away, though?
Exactly. I know. Who's on first? Exactly.
That's exactly what this is.
They would always record me when I was drinking.
What were you doing in these recordings that made it sound like you were drinking too much?
That's when they would get me wound up the most.
Round up? Like
They-
what?
they do-
Like, what do you mean?
They do things. That was when Winnie was pretending that she was you and was on drugs and shit.
How would they get
That's
you
when
wound? What was define wound up?
They get me wound up. Winnie would start doing stupid stuff. She started
So
doing
what?
drugs. She'd act like she was doing drugs.
So how
then
did
she
you
was
get
just-
wound? What is
I-
being
I
wound
would get
up
it.
like?
I would get all upset about her doing drugs.
Upset? How?
Like upset. I'd yell at her so she would listen.
Wasn't the drinking restriction put on while he was like still talking to Ramona?
No, that was even before that.
Yeah. So, yeah, I probably should have been like. I mean, it was happening during then because like there was that call where the cops rocked up and he's naked and fucking beer bottles everywhere. And he was like, I am fucked.
Yeah, I've had a couple. Do you remember him saying that?
I do. Just a couple of sips over the limit.
Just a couple. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I believe that his drinking restriction was placed on him prior to Ramona, prior to anybody making contact with him. That was with Nikki.
Ah, okay, yeah, right. Yep. And so these like kind of things where he'd have to sign the paper, so they're basically reinforcements of that no drinking then, I'm guessing. Like,
Well, typically they're changing something.
Yep.
So for that one, it would have been that he couldn't drink at all.
Yep.
Because before he was able to, but it had to be under control.
Yep.
He could have a drink with dinner or something.
oh yeah.
But you can't be drunk and belligerent,
So-
which is what he was. Because when the POs went to his house to talk about Nikki, he was drunk at that time, and they noticed there were several beer bottles or cans around. So, and I'm trying to think if it was that time or the time when the cops showed up, that they were looking through the window and they saw that he was trying to put that stuff away. Like, put them in bags and everything. So
I'm pretty sure it was where the cops showed up when he was talking to Ramona that was
sure.
happening.
Oh my God.
So-
I can't get over the fact that he had no clothes on
that is the
when
best
he
part
was
of the
doing all
story.
this.
Could you imagine being those officers rocking up looking through the window?
Right, exactly. Yep.
This asshole is running around naked, trying to put beer bottles.
I know, with his headset on.
He's so good.
To me. She'd be doing drugs, acting like she was doing drugs, and doing erratic things.
Funny things, is what you mean.
So I'd yell at her, and they would record that, and they'd put it
Well,
on the
what were
internet.
you yelling at her? You were just yelling at her like to stop
Stop doing crazy
doing
things.
drugs. Why is that a problem?
Well, there's okay. One of the instances that this happened was okay. This was one of the times she was pretending to be you. This was at the time she was pretending to be you. She went to a party, and she was drinking, and then they had this lap dance contest thing that they did, and supposedly she won. And then
I remember that. It's funny.
somebody had her do drugs, and I was mad at her for doing that. And then she went outside, and so she was just alone with me, so she could talk to just me. And all of a sudden, these three guys come up and start manhandling her, and they wound up raping her.
Yeah.
This was all an act that they were putting on, so that they could get me wound up and record me.
So how are you getting wound up?
That wound me up. I was
Define
yelling.
wound up. You keep saying
Interesting
wound
choice
up,
of
but it
words.
means nothing.
Yelling.
Yelling
I tried
what?
Yelling. Well, at that time, I was yelling at them to leave her alone, even though
Why is that
supposedly they
bad?
couldn't hear me. Huh?
So why is that bad? You're yelling at someone to not rape somebody.
Because when they record me and put it on the internet, it makes me sound bad.
It's the upload to the internet that really makes him sound bad. He's not abusive
Yes.
at all. There's something happens in the in the transfer of data to YouTube that all of a sudden makes him sound like an abusive asshole. I mean,
And really drunk.
and really drunk.
That's the problem. Yeah, is that he sounds like he's drunk.
Yeah.
So it's not the fact that he's drinking in excess, but the fact that these assholes are recording him and then putting it on the internet.
That's what
the
changes
problem.
everything. Yeah.
Yes.
See, that's why I don't make videos anymore and I just do streams, because it's that uploading of the video that would make me sound like a drunken, abusive asshole. So
Yes.
be careful out there, guys.
How so?
Me not, because it's just me yelling. They wouldn't record the rest of it.
Oh.
They'd
So you're
edit
just
it.
screaming like, ah!
I'm pretty sure it was all recorded.
So there's just all these like edits in between it. It's like, stop fucking raping her! I said stop! Just
Right. There's never anything in between. You can't hear the other person talking. It's just like that call on Raptor's channel, Lorne talking to himself for 3 hours. You just hear Lorne's part.
Yeah. But I imagine that like Lorne in these calls pictures himself like old mate's character from Taken, telling he's got a special set of skills.
I'd be yelling at them and yelling at her, trying to. Well, there was a point where she was supposedly passed out, and I'd be yelling at her to wake up, and
But this wasn't the time.
they would edit the whole thing
It's just all jumbled together.
before they would put it on the internet.
What about the
you heard 'em
TSA
all?
call? Didn't you think that was funny, Lauren?
I
Any
thought
of
it
it?
was very funny.
Like the recordings?
No, I haven't heard them all. Probation has.
Oh. So how do you know that they were like edited or something?
Oh,
Or that they were fake or whatever?
because I know what happened at that time, and probation would tell me what was on there. And they would leave out some parts that was on there. And I was like, yeah, they didn't know what led up to me yelling.
What were you yelling?
It was just, there were so many times that they did it, I don't even remember now.
All right, well then a different example. Give me
They
an
did it
example you
all the
remember.
time. Oh, I just gave you one that I remember.
Probably
Another
isn't many
one
more.
was when this girl named Ramona that Emma had set me up with.
I love
Tell
the
us about
rock
Ramona.
knowledge.
Ramona was already engaged to somebody. The whole thing was a catfish.
You don't say.
So they had set up a supposed date with a doctor, and she went on the supposed date. And
The neighbor,
this,
bro.
she went back
The
to
therapist.
his house and hit an elevator and lifted the car up.
See, Lorne, that was the therapist and not the doctor.
He's getting it all confused.
He's getting it all confused.
They're all just like one bad guy to him.
He'd hurt her leg. And lifted
Okay,
they had
great.
hit her
So
at his
what
house.
what are you yelling? I get that it made you like it was a catfish, but what were you yelling? I asked, like, give me an example of what you would yell when you're talking about a lady's hurt leg in an elevator.
Well, it was mostly it was more at the guys that I was yelling at and get me pissed off. They'd say some stupid shit to me.
Where can I
It's funny.
listen to these?
Again, he's saying stupid and whatever, but it's funny.
He really
He
is.
said funny shit.
He's got the wrong take here.
I don't know. I'd rather you not listen to them.
Well, you're not doing a very good job at explaining.
Well, probably because I don't want to remember them.
Okay, well, you're asking me to come meet you and all this stuff, and you're not telling me anything. It sounds like you're like leaving stuff out.
Well, it's not like I'm intentionally leaving it out. It's just I try not to remember them.
Ooh.
It's a bad part in my life that I'd rather leave behind.
Just one bad part in his life.
Oh,
He wants to leave that behind and then move right on to the next bad part.
That's right. And if he could just leave out that bit, the rest of his life would be really good.
Mhm.
I mean, if he could leave out everything he didn't like in his life and went bad in his life, he'd have like a memory of about 3 or 4 days collectively.
I didn't like being catfish.
So Shin is talking about his wedding ring. Him walking around with his wedding ring. That is hilarious. I wonder if he would remember that. And he'd say, oh, yeah.
Flashing his
Oh,
wedding
God.
ring.
Yeah.
I didn't like being played with. It was a very emotional thing for me. I'm not intentionally leaving things out. So I intentionally forget things.
you intentionally
Intentionally forget
forget
things.
things?
Yeah.
I don't think that's possible.
No.
You are intentionally forgetting things that you. Okay,
But then you'd be
that doesn't make
remembering
any
it.
sense. That's not possible.
Be remembering to
How do
forget.
you like think of something and then purposely like block it from your memory?
Hit yourself with a hammer.
Because I can.
So like if you just wanted to stop, like if you wanted to forget what your favorite food is, you have the ability to do that. Like you can just stop doing it and forget it.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I was so emotionally involved with Winnie, which I thought was you at the time, and it turned out to be a letdown.
Turned out to be a what?
A letdown.
Oh, I thought he was gonna cry.
It'd be nice.
I thought he, yeah.
And it hurt me quite a bit. So I intentionally tried to block it out. When I put my emotions into someone, I really put them in 100%. I don't just go half-assed.
He puts them all
Well,
the way
that's
in.
good.
I had my emotions 100% into that. And it sucked. It really sucked.
He sounds like he's gonna
It was
cry.
very disappointing.
It's like right on the edge.
Yeah, I bet.
I'd love
I
some
just don't
tears, to be
get
fair.
why that means you can't drink alcohol.
I would drink at the time. At the time I was drinking alcohol, even though I weren't supposed to drink alcohol, I was drinking alcohol.
What? You never do what you're not supposed to.
Had me sign the paper.
I know.
Not drinking was actually
Can't be
because I
perfect, I
failed
guess.
polygraph because from drinking, one question of drinking, because they had made me sign the paper that I wouldn't drink, that I would no longer drink alcohol, and I still drank alcohol. So then, before that, when I was able to drink, they only wanted me to drink 1 or 2 beers a day. So I would drink more than that.
Lord.
So I would go over Tony's and
A
I'd drink
lot
over there.
more.
So after I drink over Tony's,
You'd have to multiply that number in order to get to what he was drinking.
I'd go home.
And you would drive home.
Yeah, and I only lived like
Okay.
100 yards from Tony, but still,
Well, I asked you if you were driving
drive.
drunk earlier, and you didn't say anything.
I mean, this is all kind of Debbie's fault because, you know, she does like a bad boy. So, what else can
That
we
is
do?
true. Oh God, remember that? And he cried.
Oh, I love this.
Yeah,
still
but you
listen to
like a
that.
bad boy.
I still listen to that call a heap. It's just the crying, like, you know, saying, you know, I drive drunk because you look like a bad boy through tears is just doesn't get much better than that.
Yeah, 'cause I would
No.
drive from Tony's to my house. It's only 100 yards
Yep.
away, but still I would drive.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
And also, that's not true.
Now, how far is
Wasn't
Tony
100
away?
yards away, a couple miles at least.
Yep. but even to say that it's only 100 yards away, like, you know, you hit someone when you're drunk, but I was only driving 100 yards. You're not actually dead. It's
Right. Yeah, no, definitely. I know somebody who got a DUI for having the keys in the ignition. He
Yep.
wasn't driving.
Yep.
So yeah. So oh yeah, no, I only drove 100 yards while I was completely shit-faced.
Well, that's all right.
That's not
Lorne.
illegal. Yeah.
Should have said that earlier.
Well,
So
that's
to answer that
illegal.
question,
Okay.
yes, that's illegal. So I would do that. And drive far, but it was still illegal for me to drive there.
If it's 100 yards, why not just walk?
Because I lied about
Don't
the
It's
know.
only the
distance.
length of a football field. You can
Yeah,
throw
I
a rock
know.
at us.
I know.
And
But at the time, I wasn't using my head enough to just walk.
such bullshit.
So there's no other excuse for that.
Now
other
it makes
than I was
sense why they told you not to drink. You left that part out, and it was very confusing because you were like, I was able to drink, and then I drank, and then they said I couldn't drink because I failed the polygraph. You know what I mean? It didn't make any sense, but now it makes sense.
Well, there was nothing. There was nothing there about drinking and driving.
Well, that's illegal for everybody.
Well, I know, but what their concern was me being recorded and being put on the internet.
They were concerned about that, but not the drinking and driving.
Yeah, well,
Wow.
I'm sure they were probably concerned about it, but that's not what they portrayed the biggest concern to be.
I
Yeah,
gotcha.
I don't
The
believe
biggest
that.
concern they portrayed to be was me being put on the internet.
Yeah.
Shin.
I hate talking about this
Lorne
stuff.
should get a fight.
I hate going back to that time.
You know that
That would be
when
really funny. Just
It would.
envisioning that made it funny.
It would. I've got that in my head, and then Lorne roller skating and Lorne skiing, and they are. It's a good time.
you try to get to know someone, like you personally, you're gonna have to explain that every time. So I know you don't like talking about it, but every time you meet a woman or want to get to know someone, you're gonna have to say that stuff, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so it's like not avoidable. I know it probably annoys you to talk about it, but I've never heard it. And everyone you meet is gonna need to know about it.
I want to tell you about all the stuff, and I want to be open and honest with you about it. God, I hate going back to that shit.
Oh yes. So worth the wait.
It's so
Aww.
emotional for me. Friggin'
Reborn would call this a baby boy moment. Aw, baby boy.
I just fucking hate it.
He wants you to stop talking about it.
Yeah. Let's change the subject, Lorne. This is obviously upsetting you. I can definitely hear Casey say that.
I was really in
So
love with
somebody
Winnie.
before, okay, wait. Somebody has said before that they wish that the catfish would call him out on his bullshit tears.
Yep.
Isn't this great though? Why would you call this out?
Why would you want this to stop? Like there is so much of him crying, and in my opinion, that's still not enough. Like this is
Yeah,
glorious.
yeah, I understand. I understand that it's frustrating to hear Lauren either feel good and be happy or cry because you don't want to hear somebody comforting him or for him to be happy and get any of that. But it's also funny.
It is. And I mean, I like all of it because it's all part of the Lorne roller coaster. Like it's I like when they're being nice to him and that because it's just before the fall. So it's not like he's got to have hope for it to be dashed, and I love the hope being dashed. So yeah, it's all gold.
What she was portraying to be you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Good thing you're talking to the real
They
Casey
knew it.
now.
I know.
That's when they started doing the most things to me.
You know what's great? I'm completely off the hook
Yeah,
because it was Winnie.
you are. I was actually just trying to remember because there's that crossover. Was this you, Casey, or Winnie Casey? But this is all Winnie Casey he's talking about, yeah.
Yeah, he's talking about it as if it was the whole time.
Like,
Even though it would flip back and forth.
Yep. So when he was telling the story before about how there was 3 guys raping her and that when he was, but that was Ember playing Casey at
that
that
was
time.
Winnie.
Yeah. Oh, that was Winnie. Then.
That was Winnie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
What?
That was Winnie because he screamed at Debbie because he said that she planned it.
Yeah, see, that's what I thought, but I thought he was, when he's talking now, was saying that this was when she was pretending to be you, as in pretending to be Casey. So either I heard it wrong or
I
Lorne's
think
just a fucking idiot.
I think he gets confused, honestly. Yeah. I think, which is understandable. I get confused too. I usually have no idea.
Yep. No, well, that all makes sense now.
Mm-hmm.
They knew you loved her, so what did they do?
Well, the thing I told you about the rape.
Cool. Yeah, we've
Then
discussed that.
started doing more drugs. That's actually when the drugs came into the picture. That's when they knew I was in love with her.
What? So they brought drugs in the picture because they knew that you were in love with her. Like, were they like?
Yeah, to keep messing with him.
Yeah. Okay.
So it really got me wound up because I hate drugs.
You're such a good guy, Lorne.
Well, when you met her, was she doing drugs and stuff?
No, not that I know.
I mean, he wouldn't have talked to her if he knew she was doing drugs.
Well, I mean, you would have talked when you were hanging out with her.
This was all over the phone. I never met Winnie in person.
What?
Okay, which ones have you met in
one.
person?
Emma and Dan are the only 2 that I've met in person.
Oh, you're bisexual.
I'm not bisexual.
Whoa.
I'm not bisexual.
Oh, I was asking who you dated that you met in person.
No, Emma was the one that portrayed to be my best friend.
So, no one is the answer then.
She was married when Emma was actually the first one that I met. She was the one that sent me a package that had a plush blanket in it and Oreo cookies and some other crap. And she left her number and email address.
Some other crap.
There. And I thought it was nice. She told me if I ever wanted to contact her, and that was her phone number. And I could call her or email her. I didn't have the internet at the time. Yeah, this is actually how it all started.
Of the women you dated, which ones have you met?
From the
internet?
Yeah, any of them.
You're asking the hard-hitting question there, Casey.
I haven't met any of them.
Oh.
They were all catfished.
Oh,
you
bummer.
were catfished.
How many total?
There was.
Let's count them.
There was Ramona. Winnie.
2.
That Winnie actually portrayed to be you, and then
3.
And I still dated
Does
Winnie.
that count as 2?
And I still dated Winnie even when I found out that she was Winnie and not you, because I was
good guy.
Still in love with the person.
Count that as 2 people.
No, you gotta count them as 3.
Debbie.
Mm-hmm.
Debbie.
Ah.
Keep that name
you
out of your
dated
mouth.
a woman named Debbie? I don't think you've told me that one.
Well, she was a very short-lived thing.
As in, not dated at all.
It wasn't. She was Winnie's sister.
Well, how did you guys break up?
We really didn't date. Even we talked on the phone some, but then not a lot. And then she started doing some fucked up shit that would just really seem screwed. So that's why I hate talking about the whole thing. The whole thing is so screwed up.
Well, yeah, you dated her sister. That's weird. And then you dated her.
Well, it was her that took me away from her sister.
Oh.
She seemed more normal than what
that
Winnie
bitch.
Kind of messed up.
it was very messed up.
No, I mean like on your part.
Why? Because I dated her sister.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've known if that happened before. Other people do that before.
Oh, so other people have done it. So it's
Hmm.
all good. It's all good, guys. Go and do anything that
Yeah.
someone's done before. You're free to do.
Yes.
I would just assume it's like off limits.
That's the way I used to think too.
You just said other people do it, and so it was fine.
So he's backtracking a little bit now, and also they didn't date. Like, trying to crack onto someone when they're off their face on drugs in the hospital's not really dating. Maybe it is to Lorne, but hey.
So I heard about other people doing that. I'm like, I don't know, maybe
Well,
it was
it's messed up when they do it too.
the way I thought. Huh?
It's messed up when they do it too.
Yeah. When I found out about other people dating their previous boyfriend's sister or brother or whatever, I started thinking, well, maybe it's just the way that I think is messed up, and maybe that's nothing wrong with that.
What?
No, there's some.
So he's saying that he always thought, hey, you know what? There's some things you don't do. You don't, go and cheat on your partner with their sister. That's wrong. And then he found out someone else did. He's like, you know what, Lorne? You just might not be looking at this the right way. Maybe you're the one that's wrong. And so he's like, I'm going to date everyone's sister.
Yeah, it's kind of like when he was hearing the stories on the news about sexual abuse.
It's exactly right. He's like, hey, you can't molest kids. And then he hears a story. You know what, Lorne? You might have.
Actually, you can.
No, you cannot murder. It's like, well, this BTK guy. What? You can?
Oh, wow.
Nothing wrong with
Yeah.
that.
That's what I thought
I mean,
too.
how would you feel if Jamie dated your brother? Wouldn't that be weird?
It would be weird to me. But see, I was in.
Messed up at the time?
I was just that I can't talk.
I went with one of my friends to his party.
Hello?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
You sound far
Can
away.
you hear?
Barely.
How about now?
I can hear you.
Okay.
So, like, what's the point though? Like, because other people do it, that makes it okay?
Well, it makes me stop. It made me stop and think. Maybe it's just the way that I think, because I led a sheltered life. Maybe it was the way that I thought that, or maybe the way I was thinking was wrong. I went to this party one time with one of my friends, and
Tony.
I knew these two people, but I didn't know that they were together. And I found out that they were married, but I also knew his brother, and they told me that she used to be married to his brother, but now she was married to him.
Oh
And
my God, mind blown.
I looked at them. I said, "Don't you find that a little odd?" I said, "Your brother probably doesn't like that too much, does he?" He said, "No, my brother's fine with it." He said, "My brother's coming over to the party later on."
So
I
it's
was like,
their
seriously?
fault.
I thought it was really strange. And that right there was the time when I started thinking, well, okay, maybe it's with the way that I'm thinking, because it's, they're no longer married, so why should
Those people were also disgusting.
Yeah, it must have been. I thought it was just the way that I was thinking about.
No, you were right the first time.
There's some strange people in this world, I can tell you that.
Oh, Lord.
Oh. You got a mirror around, Lorne?
Oh, you did it too, so.
Yeah, I did it too. But
What?
to be honest, I don't even know if Debbie and Winnie were actual sisters.
But you thought they were.
Conspiracy theory.
But I thought they were.
Yeah. Just like you
Good.
thought they were all your girlfriends, you know?
Yeah.
In reality, they probably had, like, other boyfriends and stuff.
Yeah, they did. Ramona had a fiance.
Oh my God. Well, we all remember what happened after he found out Ramona had a fiance.
We do.
He asked her if she wanted to see his pee-pee.
But see, what you're not understanding is that
Okay.
he met someone that also offered someone to, see their PP when he knew that they had a partner. So he was like, I've been thinking about this all wrong. It is fine to
Okay.
hit on married people or engaged people. So then he was like,
Okay.
do you want to see my PP? That's
Oh, okay. I understand. So
you get it
before
now?
he was he was a really jealous person before, and he
Yes.
didn't like when other people were giving his woman attention.
No.
But then on the other, when he's the other man, he can see why they would be wanting to do that. So he gets it now. And after that moment, he never got mad about another fucking guy again.
Ever
That never
again.
happened, right?
Never happened again. That was,
Mhm.
so you might look at him badly for trying to, pick up someone else's, fucking woman, but you have to remember it solved his jealousy issue. So,
Yeah.
and I think if what was I can't remember, was it Corey, Ramona's boyfriend?
Yes.
I think if Corey knew that, he would go, well, if it saves one person from being jealous, then it was all worth it.
When he was married. I never knew it.
Never knew it.
See why I don't like talking about that?
No.
Why? Because it's, like, really embarrassing.
It's extremely embarrassing and extremely emotional. Especially with Winnie, because I had a
His
lot of
best
my
relationship.
emotions involved in Winnie.
I mean, you're going to have to explain that to everyone.
Winnie?
So,
Well, hopefully things will go good with us, and I won't ever have to explain it again. I hate bringing my mind back to that crap. The whole thing is so friggin' stupid. It's unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
And never in my life would I ever think somebody would, or a group of people especially, would get together and plan shit like that.
Are you saying there was a whole group of people fucking with you?
I don't. That seems.
Lauren, is that what you're saying?
That seems ridiculous.
Yeah, it seems a little paranoid.
Yeah, right, guys. Like that wouldn't happen, right?
It wouldn't happen. Bunch of fucking idiots.
Fucking bowls of sugar.
Mhm.
Just sad.
yeah,
And
your whole
Dan and
life's
Nemo.
kind of been pretty sad.
Huh?
Huh?
But yeah, your life's kind of been pretty sad.
Yeah, since this thing, yeah, it is.
It sounded pretty fucking
Even
awful
before
It
this
is,
thing.
I just say.
Yeah.
Exactly right. like since the sting. I mean, leave out all the fact that his life sounds like it has been pretty shit. But so
Mhm.
he classes at before the sting it was sad, even though before the sting he, was trying to molest multiple girls. So he doesn't class that as sad. It was just the getting caught for it that since then his life's been sad.
But,
Since then, his life has been sad because people are fucking with him.
Yep. Nothing to do with his actions. And I mean, he is just an innocent guy trying to go about his life, and this group of assholes want to,
Mhm.
give him shit for no reason. It's pathetic.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. Yes, it is a group of assholes. Okay, it is. I can admit that. But at the same time, coming from Lorne's perspective, thinking, like, okay, I have been through a lot
Mm,
over the last few years,
mm,
and none of it has been good. Absolutely none of it. I have been embarrassed. I've had to explain myself to my family, my probation officer, the class, therapists, a judge. And, so I, the thing is that I would be thinking, okay, what am I doing here? What can I do? Because he's never going to be able to really avoid having a group of assholes who are going to want to do stuff, right?
mm-hmm,
It's just inevitable.
mm-hmm.
But how can he protect himself? And so when he says that's sad, he's talking about everyone else being sad.
Mm.
He's not looking at, well, what can I do in order to stop having this life that I'm having if I don't want it?
Yeah, I mean, if only there was a way you could not be on the phone to someone so they can record you. Like, I just,
Right.
it's a real shame in life that there isn't a way to avoid being on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
It's the way it goes, I guess.
It is, evidently.
Before this thing, actually, I had a really good life
Mm,
right up until my family started using me for money.
mm,
I had my septic business then, and I made a lot of money. Unfortunately, I idolized my oldest brother and my sister. And
Here we go.
they were
yep. Where have
I
I heard
spent
this before?
$750. Yeah, it sounds
they
familiar.
were able to manipulate me pretty
Heat and
easy.
oil.
Manipulate you to do what?
Get money out of me.
How they manipulate you.
Well, when I started, the second time I came back from Washington State, I started my septic business, and they didn't think I was going to do good with it. And the first job I wound up being a $10,000 job. Then they paid attention.
It's like
So
Chicken
Well,
Little.
how they manipulate you?
No, not Chicken
Yeah.
Little. What is that story where, the chicken wants to make bread but no one will help them?
Oh,
I can't think of what it is, but this is Lorne's amended version of that.
yeah. It's like nobody wants to help, so they say, "Not I," said the cat.
Yeah.
And then the hen burns all of those motherfuckers when she doesn't let them have any bread in the end, and they all learn a lesson. They'll
They
never do it again.
never do it again.
I don't need to
I'm
know,
leading up.
okay, lead up to it. Go ahead.
I'm leading up to it.
Oh, okay. Still the prep work.
They saw that I was able to get.
Casey's like, okay, can we move this along, please? And he's like, no, I have a script that I follow. Okay.
Exactly right. And if I get out of it, I'm going to lose the whole story. And I'll have to start again.
Mhm.
Do you want that, Casey?
Right.
Jobs cost a lot of money that I'd make a lot of money on, and so they'd find a way to give me a guilt trip. A poor me story, so they can get money out of me.
Little Red Hen. The Little Red Hen.
Oh, the little red hen. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, but I wasn't sure.
I just googled story of the hen that wants to make bread, and
Nice. Now we all know.
And I wound up buying my brother Ralph's house. Well, they kind of stuck me in the spot. They got together, Ralph and Lori.
Oh
They stuck
man.
me in a spot where it was kind of tough for me because Ralph wanted to sell his house, and he had already asked me if I wanted to buy his house, and I told him no. But at the time I had built myself a small place right across from my sister's driveway on my sister's land. And I was paying the electrical for my place and her place. But she had just gotten her boyfriend that was going to be her, wound up being her husband. And so she didn't want me to live there anymore. So her and Ralph got together, and Lori told me that I had to find a different place to live. So of course, Ralph came up again and asked me if I wanted to buy his house. So then I told him, yeah, I kind of don't have much of a choice now. So
well, there's other options besides buying your brother's home.
Yeah, there was, but I also needed a place where I could put money down and pay on it. So he told me to give him $1,000 down and then pay him $5,000 a month for 4 months in a row. So that's what I did.
And that was buying the house? Wow.
They guilt trip you or trick you? Because it kind of sounds like they did you a favor. He got you a place to live.
No, he didn't do me a favor. He told me everything was caught up on the house. And after I bought it from him, after I signed papers, I found out that he was like, what was it, $2,500 behind in taxes, and trying to think, $6,000 behind in payments. So I had to catch up on all that. And what he did was him and his wife wound up moving to Guilford, and which is the same town that her mother lives in, his wife's mother-in-law. But they wound up getting a rent-to-own trailer, and he lived there for like a year until they moved again. And he came down and he asked me if I wanted to buy that trailer and take over payments, and then I could rent it out. He said he already had somebody that wanted to rent it out for $450 a month, and he told me if I give him $2,000 down, then just take over payments. He said that person's going to pay $350 a month, so all I'd have to do is pay him $100 a month.
Oh my god!
And so I said, yeah, I said that sounds like a good deal. So I trusted him again.
This
and I
is
shouldn't have.
a real mind fuck.
Yeah, well, I made too much of a payment, $100 a month to him, thinking those people were still there paying $350 a month. But those people weren't even there to begin with, and he didn't even have the trailer. So, which I didn't even have a trailer. I was just giving him $100 a month for nothing. So.
Wow.
So
where was he at when all this was happening?
I don't know. And like I am genuinely trying to follow this along, but I'm so confused.
And him and my brother Richard, they wanted to come in on the business with me. So I let them come in on the business. And I got one job that was $11,000. And when the job was done,
But this is his
I split it.
Septic business? Or is this his, okay.
3 different ways. Like they got $3,000 each, and I got $3,000. And I wound up paying all the bills.
Right.
But you're a fucking idiot.
You're a fucking idiot, right? If you're paying somebody under the table, of course.
Yeah.
Why would you give them an even share and then take all of the bills out of your part? Why wouldn't you pay all the bills and then split up whatever's left?
Exactly. Split the profit evenly if you want to. But even then, you probably wouldn't do that because there's still all of your shit. So there's wear and tear on that. So even out of the clear profits, you would probably give them a lesser split. But just to be like fucking, here you go, we'll split it. Oh, I've had to pay for everything. Like you're a fucking moron. All this story,
I know.
that's all this story shows.
$3,000 instead of throwing any money in. So I told them that I was going to do the business by myself. Because there was stuff like that the whole time that I had the business. They constantly tried to get money out of me. So they would manipulate me in certain ways to do it.
Oh, it was total.
And even the way, like, so then he's like, so basically they didn't offer to put anything in for all the expenses. So I said, well, I'm not doing business anymore. Well, you just paid them. Like, when my boss pays me, I don't go, hey, do you want me to chip in anything for the rent? Like
Right.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Like $200 that they took from you.
200, a lot more than 200. You mean for just that trailer?
Yeah.
It was 2,200 for that trailer. I gave him $2,000 down.
And he wasn't even living there. I don't understand that.
I do not either.
$100 a month because he had somebody that was going to pay $350 a month that was going to rent the trailer. There was nobody that was renting the trailer for $350 a month. He just wanted an extra $100 a month. So he lied to me.
Oh my God.
Oh, okay.
The third
I
month,
mean, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense.
No, like, so he's telling this story about how, like, you know, his brother told him that someone was going to be renting it and paying $350 a month or whatever. So he would only have to put in $100 a month to make. But did you verify that? Like, you're like, I don't. Yep.
went to give him the $100, and he said, "You don't have to give me that." He said, "People just decided they're not going to rent the trailer, and I just let it go back to the original owners." I'm like, "Well, it was supposed to be mine, so why were you making that decision without talking to me first?" There was all kinds of stuff like that happened.
I mean, he did get fucked over.
He absolutely did. But, I mean, it's his own fault, and none of it explains why he tried to molest children because of it. Like,
I did things out of that I felt. I did some things for them without them asking, too. That kind of hurt me quite a bit. Just because of the way that they reacted to it. I was expecting a different reaction than what they gave me.
What they give you?
There was one year that when Ralph was living in that trailer.
Get ready for that mac and cheese story. So we got through all of that convoluted mess about trailers and money, and he's giving money away basically for nothing. And now we're getting to what really hurt.
This is the core issue. I hope we get the basketball story as well.
I just told you about. They needed insulation around the bottom of the trailer for the winter time, and they needed help putting it on. So I had all kinds of insulation, styrofoam insulation. So I took that up, and I took a couple guys from my crew out, and we did that for a day. No. So in total, it cost me $700 to do that. And I told Ralph, I said, "You don't have to pay me back." I said, "If you want to give me anything back, just have your wife make me some deviled eggs." And
it is nearly word for word. Like, this is so well rehearsed.
The script. Yeah.
And my sister Lori,
fucking hell.
I did like $700 worth of work at her house for her, and told her it's a Christmas present. You don't need to give me anything back. If you want to give me something, just make me some of your homemade macaroni and cheese.
Yeah, that's right. You said you don't have to give me anything.
And my brother Paul, I gave him $425 so we could buy him some heating oil, and told him he didn't have to give me anything back. If you wanted to give me something back, just make me some meatballs that him and his wife made. So my intention was I just didn't want them to go out and spend a bunch of money on me for a present or anything. I just wanted to help them out. And I didn't
Well
want
done.
them spending a bunch of money on me. And well, none of them did anything.
Well,
They didn't make.
you just said that they didn't have to do anything.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
But even though I said that, it still hurt me that they didn't do anything.
Well, okay. I mean, if someone wanted to do work on my home and they said, if you want to give me mashed potatoes, but you don't have to, I probably
Excellent
wouldn't.
choice, Casey. Mashed potatoes.
Okay, I know that I'm wrong in feeling hurt about that.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
part of where I was raised with the way mom is.
Oh,
Okay, they can't read your mind.
Oh, I know.
Said you can do it, but you don't have to.
Okay, so
You didn't
how
say-
was mom?
Hmm.
How's mom responsible for this?
that's right. Well, she was always, giving stuff $700 worth of shit so she gets stuff back. That's just the Lorne way, or the Armstrong
Mhm.
way, I should say.
You need to give me this, so I'll do that.
Yeah, I know. I know I was wrong in feeling the way that I did, but
Yeah, that was
it
all right.
it still hurt. I mean, it still hurt
Well,
me.
I'm sure it did, but
I
I think I
was
just
wrong
heard
in
a
being
Siggy.
hurt. I was, the main reason I did it was to help them out.
yeah, you did them a favor.
Yeah, it just hurt me that they didn't show anything towards it.
A really weird thing to be holding on to for so long.
I know. Well,
Because I've done things for
I
my
think
brother, and he hasn't done anything back, and I just let it go because he's my brother. So, that's just a brother and sister relationship.
yeah, but
Sometimes he does things for me, sometimes I do stuff for him, and sometimes he tells me he's going to do something for me and doesn't do it. And I can't even, it's been so many times I can't remember, but it's not a big deal.
see, with my sister, it's not such a big deal because her and I are like that. We'll do things for each other.
What have you done?
Even though at the time it was more
Put
her
skirting
looking.
on her trailer.
And then bitch because she didn't. Like he just said that the issue was that she didn't give him anything back, but now he's saying, well, no, we're like that. We just do stuff for each other and don't expect anything back.
Yeah, because that's what Casey said that her and her brother do. So now Lauren is going to say, well, yeah, that's what I do too.
So I would love to see down the track with the next catfish when this story is retold. Is that amended? Like, it's just added there now. Oh, but, she didn't give me anything back, but she knew she didn't have to because that's the way we are.
For
Yes.
ways to get anything that she could for free. She's changed since then. But with my brother Ralph, he was the one that I idolized the most because he was the oldest, and to me he was the only real how do I say that? Father figure, but he was the one that I looked up to the most.
No, fuck that guy.
My years of growing up. And I had never known of him to do stuff like that before I started making all the money that I made. And then that's when he started doing that stuff. And that it took me a while to realize that, what he was doing, the way he was being. Then down the road, I realized more things too. So.
Well, yeah, he's not your father, so it's not really his responsibility.
No, it's not. Now I take into consideration too that at the time, the way that he probably felt at the time, how betrayed he had felt by dad leaving, to what position it put him in. He was rebellious after dad left. He was rebellious. Now I understand more why he was rebellious. He was put in the position of a position that he shouldn't have had when he was 10 years old.
He was 10.
When Dad left, yeah.
You thought of him as your father when he was 10. For some reason I thought you meant as like an adult. He was a 10-year-old.
Well, that's when Dad left. Ralph was 10 when Dad left. Actually, not even 10. Ralph was 9 when Dad left.
So you looked up to him as like a father figure when he was a 9-year-old.
Well, no, as a father figure, but as the older figure. Oldest
He's
figure that I
nice.
was.
Older figure. That's new. I
Another-
never heard of that before.
Another Lorne exclusive.
I was 2
Yeah.
when that happened. So it's like, the whole time I didn't even know Dad. Dad, it never bothered me about Dad being gone because I was 2 when he left. So I didn't even know him. So it was like
Exactly.
Ralph was the only oldest figure that I knew.
Yeah, but Ralph was still only 9.
But in other stories, that's one of the things that messed you up, that your dad left. So, but didn't bother me.
Right, but to tell a 2-year-old that, what's that gonna do?
So a 2-year-old what?
To tell a 2-year-old that your oldest brother is only 9, it doesn't do anything because 2 years old, I'm not gonna know difference anyway. It's not gonna matter to a 2-year-old.
Well, nothing matters to a 2-year-old.
Right.
That's why it was ever since I was 2 that I always looked up to Ralph because he was the only oldest male figure.
You would never know that. Who
don't remember?
remembers when they were 2 years old? I think that would be very, very rare if you had maybe one thing that you can remember for some reason.
Yep.
Okay. I can say, all right, that hasn't happened to me. I cannot remember when I was 2.
No, I can't at all. And like the only stuff you can remember is stuff that has been retold to you. Like, if your parents or whatever, like,
Yeah.
when you were this, you did that, and then you're just remembering what they've told you. No one remembers shit when they're that young. Well, I don't think I can fucking remember anything like from when I was like 6. But
What?
that's probably just me. Revealing more weirdness about myself. Let's get back to the call.
Back when you were 2.
No, wait, no.
I've
already pressed play.
We need to do a whole stream just talking about you because that can't be the only thing that's fucked up over there.
Oh, there is plenty. We could do multiple streams. Don't worry about that.
I don't have any memories of Dad.
I'm sure Ralph doesn't either. He was 9.
No, Ralph had memories of Dad.
Okay.
Ralph was 9. By the time you're 9, you have memories, a lot of memories.
Hey,
when you're 2, you don't have that many memories.
Shut your mouth.
I mean, he was still 9. He was just a baby.
Yeah, I know, but he got put in a position that he shouldn't have been in when he was 9.
Yeah, like a father figure.
What
at 9.
position? I don't believe
Crazy.
that at all.
Yeah.
I mean, is he saying that his mom should have had an older man in the home to be a father figure?
That's my takeaway.
Because, I mean, of course we weren't there, but I think it's pretty safe to say that Ralph was not a father figure to the rest of the kids when he was 9 years old.
No,
I did
not.
Because also Lorne would have to explain what a father figure is. Like, what did Ralph do that made him a father figure? He's simply saying that Ralph was the oldest man in the home. And that's weird to say because he was 9 years old, but the oldest male there, because he said older figure.
Yeah.
So he changed that from father figure. Ralph wasn't doing anything. It's not like he was stepping up to the plate and having to get the kids ready for school and wherever they had to go. And, while mom was working 3 jobs or whatever, he wasn't stepping into a father or an adult role. I don't see that.
Yeah, and I'd love for Lorne to explain what he thinks a father figure is. because his explanations on things are always excellent. They're special and awesome, and it's just the way they are.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no kidding. I understand why he was rebellious. Now, back then I didn't know.
He was a rebellious 9-year-old.
James Dean.
When Dad left, I remember Mom having a hell of a time with Ralph. He'd
Yeah.
do something. She'd have to do whatever she could to try to keep him straight. I remember
So
one
you
time.
can remember it too.
Well, no, I weren't too bad. I have one memory.
Wasn't.
One memory about when Ralph did something to piss Mom off, and Mom, I remember Mom yelling, and all I remember is Ralph running down the hall and darting into the back bedroom.
Yeah, he was a child.
He was a
Yeah.
teenager at this time. And I was like,
Oh, he was
Still a child.
Okay.
I think I was like 5 or 6 at the time,
Mm.
and
Okay.
So he was like 12, 13,
no, he was
or 14.
So 7 years older than me.
And you were 5, so 13.
No, maybe he
Or 12.
must have been older. Must have been older than that.
This doesn't play into my story, right, Casey? Let me amend this.
been around 8. He was 7. So he was 14 or 15. I remember him running down the end of the hall and darting into the back bedroom. And I remember Mom took his shoe. And there was a back door with a glass window in it. She just shook the shoe and threw it at him, and he darted into the bedroom. She broke the door.
Oops.
I made him rebellious.
He I don't know what the hell he did, but he did something to piss her off.
Yeah, all kids piss their parents off at some point.
Not Lorne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Mom only having her and trying to keep a 15-year-old boy in line, 14, 15-year-old boy in line. Mom's only 5'2".
She was hot back then.
You remember when Mum was on? That is another good one.
She did what she had to do back then. But
Okay.
I just don't want you. I don't want you to prejudge Mom.
I don't know your mom.
Who's
I know.
prejudging from that? He said one thing about her.
Yeah. Don't judge her harshly for that.
Yeah.
But we'll be telling
From
stories,
something that she did 40 years ago.
Yep. Yep, which by the way he tells the story sounds like, about the only thing she could have done to discipline, the rebellious Ralph. So, but don't judge her too hard, please.
all things Mom had to do. I don't want you to prejudge her because she's really a sweet lady. She's really a very sweet lady. But
All right. Well, I'm gonna go read a book or something. So I'll talk to you later.
All right.
Okay.
Do you want me?
Oh, he wasn't done.
No, he was just warming up. Like we're not going to get the basketball story, Casey. Thanks a lot. I've
See
never
what
heard
happens
it before.
when you interrupt his script?
It really throws you for a loop, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Send you that. Do you want me to send you that book that I wrote?
Oh God, which one is
Oh,
this?
like pictures, you mean?
Is this the creature?
No.
Yeah.
Maybe he's talking about.
Sorry.
I couldn't hear what they said.
Oh yeah, I'll stop talking and I'll play it again.
No.
Do you want me to send you that? Do you want me to send you that book that I wrote?
Oh, like pictures, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, like send it in an email. I don't get a million text messages.
Okay, well, I don't know how the hell I can do that, but or you can just wait till you
Well,
hear and read it when you hear.
okay, we'll do that
You
instead.
can, yeah, you can do that after you play Twister in the shower.
Yep.
What book is he talking about?
I don't know. Like,
Did she say the creature? It kind of, I don't know if I wasn't
no,
hearing
no,
it
no. So she
correctly.
said, what? Because he said, do you want me to send you that book? And she said, like, what? As in pictures, like, as in take pictures of the pages and send them through that way.
Oh, okay,
And
okay.
then she's like, just email it because I don't want a fucking billion
Oh
texts.
my God, could you imagine if he sent Taken Abroad by
Oh
pictures?
my god.
Oh,
An
jeez.
absolute nightmare. And so, like,
Yeah.
would this track time wise? Because was it Casey that got sent the creature? Like, was that how the creature came into
No, that
our
was
lives?
Jamie.
Okay, so this is another book. Um,
Well, I think that he might be talking about Taken Abroad.
okay. Oh yeah, of
I
course,
think,
because
anyway.
new
I'm not
catfish,
sure.
you you have to go through everything you've got again. So it probably is taken abroad.
I want to hear him say 50% of the profits go to the
Wounded
Wounded
warrior.
Warrior Project.
All right,
Okay. All
bye.
right. Good night, beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, nothing back. No response.
I know exactly. Oh my gosh.
Goodbye, handsome.
Could you imagine if that happened? Oh my God.
He would
Look, he would say, "What?"
that would keep him going for a long time.
Oh, it would. Yes, 1,000% it would. Oh
Oh,
God.
so that is that one. That was great. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, yeah, it was good. It was a
Um
good one.
yeah, so no, I'm glad we did that on the back of the other one, so we could really compare the two itineraries, and they're
Hmm.
quite different. I'll give Lorne that. Um,
Yeah, they're a little different. Those are two rough drafts, though. Those aren't the
they're
final
not
product.
no. And
So,
if Lorne's attention to detail, the final product is going to be incredible. So maybe the next catfish will will get that.
yeah, well,
Um,
hopefully. Yeah,
yeah,
we'll
yeah.
see.
So yeah, look, thank you very much for joining me. It's a lot of fun
Thank
as
you.
always.
Yeah,
And
so
I've
much.
pinned your channel, a couple of misdemeanors in the top there.
Yes.
So very
Well,
much
thank you so
enjoyed.
much.
No, no, any time. And so I think I saw your community post the other day that something a
Hmm.
bit different from Jody's coming. So
Yeah, so in between, yeah, so we just finished Jody Arias's interrogation, which
hmm
was a haul. So,
it was a
and
long
we're
one.
going to be, it was a long one. And then we're going to be doing her trial, which is another long one, but it's fascinating. So we can't wait to get to that. But we thought we would do something, just kind of a quick little thing in between. And that is going to be going over Lauren's RSO assignments.
I can't wait. That's going to be very good. So
So that, yeah, that's going to be fun. So head over there,
yep,
everybody.
like, subscribe, and yeah, look out for that. Yeah, look, thanks very much for being here, guys. It's always, I mean, this is always fun, and it's always much more fun when you guys are here too. So, yeah, enjoy what you guys are doing, and I'll see you again soon.